right here at Redlands. It's 28 minutes away from 1, and we're chatting with my favourite girl, Madonna Guy from New Leaf Natural Therapies. And we were chatting about the bugs, the colds,
flus, bugs. Yeah.
It's ecotime, practically. And that's when the kids do get crook.
There it is. And I was thinking then, sometimes people, when they start to see us and they realise their health problems now have been linked to something from many years ago. So people will know that, say, chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia often started when they had, say, glandular fever or Epstein Barr virus or Ross River virus or something like that. So there's been a lot of study, and I know we've chatted about this before, but it's just a timely reminder that we can have somewhere between 15 and 25 chronic infections just living, creating inflammation in our body. So when we're not getting rid of them and dealing with them in the system,
and
that
you can go, what you're saying is you can go to work thinking you're feeling good, feeling normal, but you're actually carrying a bad package of bugs and germs and so forth.
Well, yeah, and also to remember we're not to be fearful of bugs as well. People who go around washing, yeah, absolutely. Only 10% of our cells are human. 90% of our cells in our body are bugs. So we really have to look after them. We want most of them being good bugs, though. So it's an important ratio to get right. We've got bugs on our skin, we've got bugs in our gut, and they keep us healthy.
I've heard, and you too have heard, that maybe we're being too aware of washing our hands and using sterilising creams and so forth that they advertise and they're on the shelf at the supermarkets.
Kills 99.9% of bugs.
Are we over the top? Because I know you have to expose little kids to a little bit of garden soil.
Exactly.
All around.
And kids are more unhealthy now than they've ever been.
Well,
so it's something like by the time kids are only 1, about 25% of them are already having signs of allergies. I'm not talking intolerances, I'm talking allergies. And by the time kids are 4, about 45% have a diagnosed allergy. Now that's massive. Like it's getting worse and worse and worse. It is not getting better.
So many families now, a lot of people with children live in apartments, townhouses, no gardens to speak of. When you were a kid, when I was a kid, we had a backyard. And you'd be out there playing cricket, getting dirty, getting cuts and bruises. That's all in the process of maintaining good health and building up a resistance to bugs later on. But
it's true. I actually shared a photo on Instagram this morning that was funny because it had 2 pictures. One from like 40 years ago where the mother's dragging the kid into the house at 6 o'clock at night, and the other one is the mother trying to drag the kid out of the house when they got home from school. So it's that whole, it's kids often, it really is. And what that's doing, because out in the environment there's a whole bunch of bugs that we're not getting exposed to, and that strengthens our immune system. So they absolutely know that kids who spend a lot of time outdoors, and it doesn't matter whether it's the mountains or whether it's the park or whether it's the beach, it really doesn't matter, because where we live is where we live. So it's about exposing ourselves to as many types of environments as possible, especially as little kids, because that's when the immune system's growing. So it's when they're building up their antibodies to lots and lots of different things. So the stronger we are environmentally, the stronger we are health-wise with our foods and everything as well.
I think I told you the story. My mum was fairly close friends with Lady Sanito, Dr. Lady Sanito. And her daughter, of course, Diane, who at the time lived in New York in an apartment, had her first child, and living, 40 floors up in some apartment building. And the child was always sick. Well, when the grandmother arrived from Australia to visit Diane, she took that child straight downstairs into a park and let the child crawl around in the park, in the dirt, in the soil, and that child's health improved remarkably.
Yeah. Well, it's a lack of sunshine. It's everything, isn't it?
Yep.
It's fresh air, it's sunshine, it's staying inside. And we've got so many more toxins inside than we do outside, when it comes to things like paints and plastics and, it's fluorescent lighting and all sorts of
adults?
things.
Because so many adults now, in their latter years, when the children have grown up and moved on, they move into apartments to have a simpler lifestyle. Is that relatively unhealthy for them, or have they done the good things early in their life to allow them to live that type of life?
Well, I think their immune systems will be set by that stage, but you've got to remember as we get older, a lot of people are going on different groups of medications, which can then affect the immune system as well. So I did hear one doctor speak at a Congress once, and he was saying that the AMA, so American Medical Association, they pretty much recommend nearly everyone over the age of 50 go on a blood thinner and a cholesterol drug, regardless of what the blood tests show. So they sort of say, well, if we're on these, we're going to reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke. Yeah, that's right. So it was almost like a good thing to do for the general practice. But what we end up doing is that every time we have a medication, we're changing the way our body works. So, and a lot of these medications, especially pain relievers and things like that.
What was the one that was in, I know we can't mention names, there was one in the press not so long ago that it got slammed because there were more harmful effects. It was an American brand.
Yeah.
More harmful effects than what there was being benefited
Yeah.
from.
Well, there's been different ones over the years. There was a particular one last week or the week before that was more to do with, it was an antacid, so it was something that helped stop reflux and heartburn, that sort of thing. So, and one of the guys who spoke at a seminar a few years ago, he said that they were never approved for more than 3 months use. Now, I don't know anyone who's ever only been on them for 3 months.
How many people would be aware of that?
Well, it's craziness. So because it's absolutely normal these days to be on them forever.
Can bring about reflux.
Yeah, because cholesterol does so many good things in the body. So when you're doing something that's anti-cholesterol, you're stopping a whole bunch of functions. So you're stopping a whole bunch of hormonal, because you need cholesterol. It's the backbone of cholesterol, but it's at the backbone of every hormone we make. So nothing happens in the body without hormones. So when you start doing things that shut down the ability to create hormones, you're affecting many other systems. Yeah. And it sort of ends up, I did my cholesterol check this week, and the good news was that I had really, really high levels of the good cholesterol. But I was still sort of in the pre-diabetic range, which sort of surprised me a little bit. But So I've changed my supplements, of course, as I do. But it's probably for me going to be the levels of stress lately, because I know stress ends up affecting my blood sugar, which makes me, not want to eat the right thing. So I'm very aware of that connection.
It's so easy to go into your clinic there in Edith Street, Wynnum, because make an appointment, you walk in, it's very easy. Not like some doctors where you make an appointment at 1 o'clock and you eventually get in at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's very simple, and it's good to know where your body is at any particular given time. I'll have to make it late August, I think, to come back and see you, because I'm a bit busy up until then.
Yeah.
But, I'd like to know where I'm at again.
But it's always good to chat to the girls, sort of, because some people don't know what they would book in for as well.
You tell me not to talk to the girls. Oh, they're lovely fellas they are.
I said flirt.
I can't wait to meet Catherine.
So Lynn and Sanu, they both have so much experience themselves, not with health problems, but they've both really used a lot of natural therapies over the years. So when they hear someone's story, they'll easily be able to say, well, maybe this practitioner. Yeah, because if someone's after pain relief immediately, then you don't want to do testing. You want to get some pain relief. So we're more likely to book you in musculoskeletally or acupuncture or structural kinesiology. If budget's the big thing, you sort of have a look at the best specials, So really, we can sort of start where we really do.
Yep.
We really do.
Yeah, because the name of the game is to find relief for whatever pain or ailment you might have, and the people who do it the natural way, New Leaf Natural Therapies. Madonna, that's about it, I think, for today. We've talked about the sniffles and the coughs.
We have. Don't get nits at the Eka.
No, I don't. My friend is out from Belgium. I was going to take her, but she goes home a couple of days just prior to it. But it would have been a good education for her. Send her home with nits.
Yeah. Actually, the week of the Eka, you'll be seeing Rob that week, because I'll be in Hobart.
Oh, you lucky girl.
Yeah.
I'm off to Cairns tomorrow. I
hope
it's
nice.
And warm, I'm hoping.
Perfect time of year for Cairns.
It is, yes. It's the most expensive time to go. Thanks, Madonna.
Excellent.
We'll see you back here next Friday.
See you next week.
Bye.